All right, I know how y'all are. I pulled over to the side of the road because I know that if the car was still moving, I'd get more comments about the fact that I'm doing a video while the car is moving. So I have stopped the wheels. I have stopped the wheels of progress for Erskin Music so I can make just a quick comment for Jason Aldean. Where you at, son? Hey, I just want a full disclosure before I do this video, let you guys know that I spent about a decade, a little over a decade in a small town called Ferris. Anybody that's from there that's watching this video, I'm just going to give a shout out to you guys. I try to keep up with you guys as much as possible, but now I've gone on to Nashville and I'm doing big things out there like y'all know that I always wanted to do, and give you guys a lot of credit. So I've come up in small towns. In fact, Erskin Music as a brand does better in small towns than it does in big cities. I don't know why that's the case, but it is the case. So I got a very close affinity to small towns, and I'm gonna tell you by the end of this video why Jason Aldean's video, well, racist nonsense. But here's the deal. So small towns, small town America, that's where I thrive, that's where I'm from. Have a lot to say about small towns in America. And the first thing that I want to say about that video, try this in a small town, is you totally, bro. Jason Aldean, if you're watching this, you totally, bro, misrepresented small towns in America in one regard. Small towns that I've been in America, they have a lot of wonderful people who love the flag, who love the country, but those aren't just white people. And I can names and families and people of different ethnicities who are in small towns in Southern America, that's mostly what the video is about, who love our country. They were nowhere represented in your video. You make it seem like in every small town in America, in the South, there's people waiting with shotguns and stuff to just, you try to come up in this city, we're gonna take care of it. And that just is nonsense. Jason Aldean and whoever your team of writers were, you guys could have done better than that. So on that basis, I really did start off with just thinking, where are the images? What images do we have here? We got apple pies, we got American flag, we got Opie running around up in that thing, and I mean, that's fine, but that's not all of small town America. And being from Texas and having some small towns in Texas that I've been a part of, that's not the only people that are represented there. Had you shown some pictures of some videos of maybe some guys at a football game, football team, arm in arm, hand in hand, going out and, being on the same team in the same small town. That's a lot of what Texas is anyway. That would have been more endearing and it would have been more accurate to the truth. Now, I'll be the first person to say that you're not going to ever try to unwrite the history of some of the just terrible things that have happened. And I think that when you do a video that is just showing one side of violence, one side of the issue, you gloss over this just despicable period of American history where there were literally lynchings and just nonsensical things that were going on there, and almost put the video in a frame to where we just kind of wink at that and be like, that's okay. There has been violence. Like, you showed a lot of violence in that video. I mean, people burning down stuff and people in cops' faces and stuff. There has been violence in small towns. But if we want to keep it a buck, Jason Aldean, we need to recognize that violence was sometimes perpetrated against black people and against minorities, driving them out of southern small towns. And so, what is it? Ida B. Wilkerson's book, The Warmth of Our Other Suns. If you guys ever read that book, you guys will read about the Great Migration that took place and how African Americans were a lot of times pushed out of the South, pushed into the North, and they found that the North was just as racist as the South. And so there is this sort of ugly blight in American history that if you want to go there, Jason Aldean, I don't see the need to go there. But when you make a video the way that you did, it kind of puts some of those things back into question in people's mind. And so I don't know that was necessarily the wisest, best writing, best visual representation that you could have possibly used. And so I wanted to end this video, and I don't want it to be too long, but I wanted to end this video by simply saying this. As a black man in 2023, I go into small towns. And in fact, this tour that I'm doing right now, I go through a lot of small towns. And I want to say this to be very clear. Let me be very clear. Every town that I've been in, every place that I have been in, I have been a minority. And I've gone into restaurants, I've gone into bars, not bars, but restaurants and different places where I'm the only minority that's there. And I've been treated extremely well. I've been lavishly treated and respected and people saying hello to me. And if you are creating a video that at the end of the day is causing people now to say, this black man that is coming in, why is he coming into our city? Is it because he's trying to do some terrible things in our city, and you're creating a culture of suspicion when one doesn't currently exist there, at least in my world? Here's who I'm touring with right now. I'm touring with my daughter. All right, she ain't got nothing to say on this video. You can stay quiet over there. But where there's not a problem, don't cause a problem. Because I'm out there trying to share the gospel with folks, and I'm going into these small towns, and I'm being well received in those towns and doing the most important things. And so if we're trying to create a culture of suspicion around the fact that, you know, black people coming into a small town, they're gonna get handled, that is not helpful personally to me. And so I'm gonna take offense and umbrage to that. So, you know, anytime Jason Aldean and your crew, you wanna write a better song, you can check out my song Black and White, first of all. But then if you wanna write a better song where I can give you guys some ideas about what is truly going on in 2023 in America in small towns, and some of the things that are surprising people and some of the things that are encouraging to people, we can write that song, bro. But your racist nonsense, yeah, you can keep that, bro. But I've had a lot of people ask me about my take on that, and so I saw it from that vantage point, saw it from that light. I know there's a lot of people who, you know, obviously coming from a small town, there's a lot of grit and there's a lot of, you know, just can-do attitude that I've taken with myself to Nashville. And so I appreciate the fact that, you know, there's a respect for the flag, respect for police, and respect for a lot of things in this country that are foundational, that come from a small town. But I don't think that that means we need to be hyper vigilant to try to stand guard against anybody who might be coming into the city so that we can do them up in any certain ways. So Jason Aldean, you tried, but you failed. And you know, not everybody's gonna have a good song. Not every song's gonna be a great song. And that just was a poor song and a terrible video. All right, Jason Aldean, try again.